Hey everybody, it's Thursday. I don't know why I'm excited. It's Thursday. I want to talk about something that is going on inside of our industry. If you are a coach, a consultant, a service provider, if you are in a space in your business where you have found yourself lately getting really annoyed with clients, getting really annoyed, maybe when you scroll through certain groups you're in or social media, or even if you scroll through your inbox or your messages or your Voxer, maybe, you love your clients, but there's some type of energy going on. I want to let you know what's going on. Not that you don't know, but let's talk about it on a deeper level, okay? And let's talk about what to do about it, all right? So if you are on the replay, say hashtag replay. Let me know where you are joining us from the planet, from like wherever you're at in this planet. And let me know if that is something you're feeling right now in your business. Of course, I will wait to drink some water when I hit live. Okay, so before I head to lunch, I wanted to talk about this. It's something that so many of my clients come to me feeling. Kiera, I'm spazzing out on people, or Kiera, like I'm internally spazzing out on people, but I ain't really telling them all the things. So we're just going to hop into it. Here's what's going on. If you're in a space where you are really annoyed with things, right? And what that feels like is you feel disconnected. You feel disconnected with your business, with your brand, with what you're saying, with how you're feeling. Hey, Jade, you are feeling like you are in this space where, you know what you do. You're great at what you do. You get money. You get paid for what you do already. You may have spoken on stages, or you might have programs, all the things, right? And it's kind of like, okay, what's wrong with me? It feels like, when I got to this place in my business where I actually was bringing in money, you're not necessarily bringing the money that you want, but you're bringing in enough where you're like, you know what, I'm comfortable, right? And you felt like when you got to this space, it would answer all the questions. Everything will be all good, all the things. But now you are so drained out and you're so exhausted because you spent this time, these past few months, past few years, building your business. And it feels like you are like at a standstill, right? And you kind of feel like you want to throw everything away. You want to burn everything down. You are so over it. All right, here's what is going on. You are in a space where you're massively disconnected and therefore unaligned with your business, okay? You are in a space where you're feeling like, you know what? I know I teach this, but there's really something deeper on your heart, on your soul that you're wanting to really focus on. I know I do these 5 things really good, really well. People pay me for it. But you know what? There's this area that I really want to jam in, right? You are in a space where you are working with clients and you love them as people. It's not that they're horrible, terrible people, but there is a disconnect and, it feels different than maybe when you first signed them or, in the work that you're doing with them and how you work with them and all the things. So the reason I wanted to share this message is because right now, 2020 for me, hey, Angel, how are you, beautiful? 2020 has been such a beautiful year for myself and for my clients. For my clients who have allowed themselves to really embrace expanding into this deeper part of what they do. And I'm going to tell you this, for me, I said this in a live stream, I don't even know, last week or something like that. I don't even know last time I went live, but I was saying how I really feel like for me, I've been on this journey over the past, I would definitely say the past year and a half, but I also know that my whole journey, past 5 years, I know it's all led me to be in the space that I'm in right now, but it feels like this past year and a half has been the bulk of it. And I want to be a light for you to know that you're not alone. People are posting, everything is perfect, and I feel this way and all this stuff, and you're sitting there like, what the fuck? It must be something with me. Something's going on with me, right? That's one way of it. And then the other part of it is at this level in my business, at this point in my business, I should be feeling this way. I should have this type of success. Things should flow like this and like that. And so you're allowing yourself to really choose to create these narratives of how wrong you are and how everything is just screwed up because of you, right? And what I see so many times for a lot of my clients is you allow yourself to sit in that space. And I want to tell you, I've been in that space many times. I've had clients who've been in that space. And the reality is you get to choose to step out of that space. All right. That is something I am so passionate about in my work, and I'm so unapologetic about. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like, there were times I used to think that it wasn't important. And it was just something that I always do. I've always started out a lot of my clients with going into alignment based off whatever I feel they need. But most of the time, it's always been alignment. And now it's become a non-negotiable, because I see so many women who are putting out businesses that they really don't feel lit up from, right? And I don't know about you, like, it's funny, I was on a podcast interview this week, and then somebody else asked me something, and so I've been talking about like corporate a lot, which I never do, and then I was talking to like a peer of mine yesterday about corporate stuff, and I never really, like, someone asked a question like, did your corporate career like fulfill you? And it's amazing, because I thought at some point, hey Regina, I thought at some point it had. I did, but looking at my life now from 2014 to now, I didn't know what fucking fulfillment was. I did not know what fulfillment was. I didn't know what it meant to truly do work that you are in love with. I didn't even, like the first couple years of my business, I didn't know. Like looking back now, like, yeah, I had gotten closer to it from like a couple years ago, like when I look at my corporate experience versus my business. But now looking back now, I'm like, I don't even know, like, I don't even know like how it feels. So I don't have a word. It just feels like I don't even know. I don't even know how I could ever go back to that space. I will never go back to that space. I will never hold space to be in that space. But that was me. That was how I felt. And I thought it was okay because I was still making money. Because I was still making money, and I was still signing clients, and I was still able to pay my bills, and I was still able to pay my team, my small team. Because I was able to still, travel, right? Because I was able to still do stuff, I thought that, oh no, this is cool. But my mind originally wanted to replace my corporate income and do work I liked and I felt good about. Now it's a non-negotiable. My being is in every part of my business, and I will not do stuff that doesn't feel right. I won't work with clients that doesn't feel right. I won't charge what doesn't feel right. I won't do anything that just doesn't feel right. And growing up, that was not something I thought entrepreneurs could do. It's always clients are first. You're not first. Your clients are. They're always right. You serve them. Entrepreneurs. What is the famous quote? I would rather work 80 hours for myself than 40 hours for a business or something to grow somebody else's thing, whatever the hell it is. Nope, don't want that. Don't want to work 80 hours for no fucking body. Nope. So it's a beautiful space to be in, and it's so beautiful that my heart hurts. My heart hurts for women who are not allowing themselves to be in the space. And the reason I'm saying allow is because when I look back, I see that I allowed myself to be in a space where I wasn't fully fulfilled. I allowed that. And I had to take ownership of it. And when I look at my clients, I have a handful of clients who are celebrating like biggest months ever. Like right now, in the middle of, people feeling like there's so much going on in the world. I don't know. Can I sell? Should I sell? Should I show up? Am I being insensitive if I share what I do? No. Every single part of any client I work with, any part of the work that we do in some way contributes to the bigger purpose and cause of moving our world and our planet forward, of healing, of deeper conversations, whether it's educational, whether it's financial, whether it's business, whether it is self-care, whether they just coach moms, whether they coach career women, whatever it is. I don't give a crap what it is. I can say without a shadow of a doubt, every part of the work that my women touch in some way contributes to us moving society forward in a space that we leave it better for our children and for our nieces and for our, grandchildren and for all the things, right? And for ourselves to experience right now. And so we all contribute. And I see so many women allowing themselves to stay in a space where we just settle. Yes, we got an amen. Where we just settle. And again, it's all because we make money. So what if I opened you up to this concept, okay, that I do with my clients? What if you looked at your clients And you saw, yep, they pay me. They pay me money. We exchange money for the value and the time and the access and the support that I provide to them. Great, even exchange. Actually, your whole genius is actually priceless, but it's an exchange you feel good about, okay? But what if there was a second payment? What if there was a second payment in the meaning of your work, in the connection of you with your client, in the feeling that you get? I know when I work with my soul-aligned clients, I get off the call and I feel on fire. Even if sometimes I'm like, you know what? I've done, like, literally, was this yesterday? I think yesterday I had two intensive, like two calls. And then by 1:30, I was done. I went on the couch. I laid down. Mike wanted to, like, bother me. Me and Junior were laying down. Junior's my dog, who is literally right here laying down too. He just lays down all damn day. But we were laying down. And you know what? If this was a year ago, 2 years ago, I would have felt guilt laying down. And because Mike has been working from home a couple days a week, and then he works in the office a couple days a week too, I actually used to feel guilt if him working from home, him being home or whatever, or anybody, my mom, whoever, I would feel guilt because I'm sitting on the couch and I'm on my phone. Right. And then even like, my aunt, she said something, I don't even know, this was like months ago. And she said something, and then like, she said something along the lines of, oh, did you work today? And I used to get so offended when she would say that. And I told her about it. And so now it's like a thing of like, Kiara, I know you did your work today. You know, you were in your being. And like, even this was like a couple, like, I don't even know. Like, this has been like in the past couple months. But Mike said something. I was like, you know, it's not my business. It's me. You know, like, for me, it's just allowing myself to just connect in my work in a different way than I've ever done before. And here's the thing. Second thing, you will not attract your next level, high level, the clients in your soul that you want to support and hold space for and call in. You will not be able to attract them when you can't connect your work to you. You cannot. You will be able to attract clients, okay? You will be able to attract money. You will never attract the level of client and the level of money and the level of impact if you do not allow yourself to be deeply connected with your work. You will not. I bet every part of my body on it. You won't. And again, that's when a lot of people get it confused of, oh, and then where I got it confused of, oh, no, I'm making money from this. I'm signing clients. Like, oh, it's all good. Right? So how do you get to the space? How do you get to the space where you feel massively connected? How do you get to the space where you are calling in soul-aligned clients all the fucking time? You don't even have space for non-aligned clients. How do you get to the space where you are allowing yourself to do things with ease and with flow in your business? And not some like, oh, this sounds pretty for me to say it space, but truly a space where it's happening, where you allow yourself to, like I was telling a friend, I was like, you know, it feels like I've been running my business like so much easier. But it's like, and now on paper, I don't know. On paper, I don't know. Like if I literally looked at like all the hours I've worked, I don't know if it would be less. I don't know if I've had less calls or more calls. I don't know from a tangible space where we're taught of like, oh, you need to write down all the things and keep track of the number of hours and all of these. I don't know from that space. What I know is within me, I'm like, oh, like it just feels like I've worked less. It just feels like, and I'm sure it is, but it's like, I'm not concerned with checking off masculine boxes of how many hours did you work, right? All these things. And then what that does for your pricing, when you work with clients, you step away from this space where you're like, oh, I need to just charge by the hour. I don't give a fuck about charging by the fucking hour. I'm charging by the level of transformation and the value. That's it. I don't give a crap if you work with me for 2 hours. If my price is $1,000 for 2 hours, that's my price. Because that's the energy and the access and the value that's being shown and that's being provided and the space that we're co-creating. You know what I mean? And so It's like it's all the things for the next level of what my ladies and what I believe you are truly desiring. It has everything to do with and starts with the foundation of you connecting on a massively deeper level with the work that you do, letting go of the mediocre, basic ass side of it and allowing yourself to tap into the deep parts of what you really want to teach, what you really want to be known for, what you really want to be saying, what you really want to be selling, how you really want to be showing up, how you really want to be experiencing your time, how you really want to be experiencing your business, how you want your business to fit into your life and not your life needs to fit into your business. For the first 2 to 3 years of my business, I let my life fit into my business. And that's a non-negotiable now. It is a non-fucking negotiable. And so many women, and maybe you're in this space. If you are in this space, you need to reach out to me. You keep thinking, oh, the next thing, like it's a team issue. It's a sales issue. It's a funnel issue. Like the next level is this issue because you're at a plateau, because you're like, you know what, I'm making good enough money, but like I want more. Like I want to double this. I want to triple this. I want to amp up my cash flow. I want to be able to do X, Y, and Z, whatever it is you want. Whether you want to redo your backyard, whether you want to redo your kitchen, you want to redo your bathroom, you want to pay off like a $10,000 of debt or $50,000 of debt, whatever the hell it is, whatever it is for you, whatever the things you're desiring next, it is going to require for you to look at your business in a massively different way, right? That doesn't mean for all of my clients, they always come in like, oh my, like they're one of the biggest fears of a lot of my clients is that, oh my God, Kiera, like you going to bring me behind the scenes and we're going to burn everything down in my business and we're going to change everything. And I done spent all this time and money and energy and investing and do this and doing that. And it's a fear. You're afraid because the thought of you having wasted time and resources does not make you happy. Because it partially, for a lot of my clients, makes you feel like, and maybe you resonate with this, it's embarrassing. Man, okay, so I apparently did invest that money right. Or man, I didn't do that thing right. Or maybe I didn't, all the things that you didn't do right. Right? And so you make it a story about you. Like it's embarrassing. I have to tell people, I have to, like if I have to switch my business, or if I have to change something up or all these things. And guess what? It literally is actually very easy when you're like, oh, I no longer feel aligned with that. Let me toss that. Let me trash that. Let me not do that anymore. What does feel right? Okay. And so what I really love is one thing that when you kick off, by the way, right now, private message me if this is resonating with you. I want to invite you into a space where you and I are going to co-create this next level that you are ready to expand into. The space that you're in right now, you can totally stay in it. You're signing some clients, you're making some money, you're doing, you're getting out there, you're putting yourself out there. You could stay in that space. You can choose to stay in that space. That's okay. That's okay. If that's what you want, as long as it's what you want. But if in your heart, you know that something feels off, something is bored, something's misaligned, you feel disconnected, you know that you really have something else you want to be saying and doing, right? And again, it's like what you're doing now, but there's a deeper part of it. There's literally everything you're doing. There's a part of it that if you just isolated and only focus on that thing, how things could change. I remember in my business, like 2017, I had like 15 different programs. Okay, 15. This is when my whole Realign to Shine process started. I had 15 different offers that I was putting out. All of them were selling except one. So 14, but whatever. 15 were out. I was putting out. And literally, I started going through this process like this literally makes no sense. So if you find yourself, oh, I'm creating offer after offer all the time. I don't really have any core signature offers, and not on no basic ass level. I'm talking about offers that are literally birthed from every part of your true highest gift. The ones that only you can put out, the ones that only you can sell, the ones where you allow yourself, it's scalable. You can work with however many clients that you feel comfortable with, that feel good for you, that are right for you, all the things where you can make all the fucking money that you want to from it, where you can have all the fucking impact that you want, and it feels good from your heart. Okay, so I literally, in fact, just to fast forward, I went from like that many offers, like 15, literally to coming to a space where I had one offer. I said, what if I focus on one? What did I say? Instead of you doing 5,000 things, if you let yourself, what's out of these 10 things I'm doing, which is literally, I've been in intensives, like this is probably why this is my first live all week. I've been in intensives all week supporting women on this. Kiera, I do all these things. I have all these things. I have all these contents. I have these freebies. I have, even if it's like 2 or 3, right? But some it's like 10, right? And it's like, I have all these things. I'm driving myself crazy because I know I can make money from it. I know it's good. I know all the things. But literally, like, I'm like, well, what's my thing? And you feel crazy for asking that because you're kind of like, well, I've been in business for like a year. I've been in business for 3 years or whatever it is. Why don't I know this already? I've had clients like, here, I've been in business literally for like 10 years. And I'm still sometimes just like trying to figure it out. So it's like, okay, doesn't it make more sense for us to say, okay, out of all those things, what if we isolate your main thing? Your core thing, your shine, the thing that's only yours, the thing that only you can do, the thing that your people are literally craving and wanting, and you keep thinking they want all this other stuff. And some people do want that, but you are settling for those some people when it's like, man, so many people want that thing, that core little thing. We just get our eye in it, right? And what if you took that? How easy would it be if you allowed yourself to let go of rules of trying to create a million things and you said, okay, let me step back. Let me assess, right? What's this? So that's my alignment assessment that I take you through for us to dive into that. And then you literally just amplify from that space. You create your solid offers from that space, about, 2, 3, whatever they look like for you, right? You create a couple offers from that space. You only focus on that. You focus on that soul aligned client for that thing. That's my client intimacy process. We call in and embody your highest level client for your highest level of your gift, right? We're still in this zone. That's your zone of genius, right? All of this is like great things. Like you're great at it. You're excellent at it. It's amazing. You're competent, all of that. But then you come into this place, right? And that's your jam. Can't nobody fuck with you in that space. Can't nobody fuck with you in that space. Okay? Your money flows in that space. Fulfillment flows in that space. Energy flows in that space. When you want to get on a live stream and you want to make a quick $10,000, you just get on a fucking live stream and you talk about it from that space. You talk to that client from that space. You sell high ticket offers or whatever offers, because low ticket, high ticket, it all works, or a hybrid of all of them, whatever works for you, because it all works. You get out of this space of, well, what should I price and what should I charge and what should it be? And we literally together just sit and build out all of the different offers so you don't have to question it. And you know very clearly when you get on that conversation with your client, you know what you're positioning. Not all this other shit that you think that they need, you keep trying to give them because it makes it feel like you can charge more, but you just focus on that and you trust and you know it's enough and that's it. Do you know how it would change your sales conversations? How it would change when you're trying to create content? How it would change when you're creating programs? How it would change when you are putting out your pricing? Do you know how much you would own your fucking price from that space? Yes, Lisa, it all works. I remember you said that was a something that stuck with you. Oh my God. And do you know how you would show up from that space? Like this. Not like me, because you can't have my shine, but you got your own. You have your own. It's so beautiful. It's so powerful. And you get to show up from that space. That is assess, align, and then we amplify. And you just get to monetize the hell out of your shine. That's it. That didn't mean for that to rhyme, but you know. I've been thinking I'm a rapper. I'm not gonna rap for y'all, okay? But like literally for the past couple weeks, every time Mike and I are saying something, I start making a rap. They suck a lot, but you can't tell me nothing. And I had a whole concert in the shower. I took a shower. I think it was about like 10 o'clock or something like that. I was in the shower. I had a whole Beyonce concert. I had the candles lit. It was amazing. It was good. I was like, I should have sold tickets to this thing. So anyway, but yeah, you get to be in a space where you allow things to be easier for you. But here's the thing. And I love you. And I'm going to take a sip of water. There are so many yeses and all the things in this. I am living for everything y'all are saying yes. All the hand claps, all the preaches, all the yeses, all the things. Here's the thing. You are going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision that you're going to do business different. You're going to have to make a decision that you don't need to worry about what everybody and their mama doing. You're going to have to make a decision that you get to create a different life from the one that maybe your parents or grandparents showed you. You get to look at money different. You get to experience money different. You get to create boundaries when you never had boundaries before. You get to say no when you want to say no. You get to remove people from your space that don't feed you and don't feed your soul. You get to remove people from your space that don't hold space for the vision that you have within your heart, who make it easy for you to not show up for yourself and instead be in a space of community, of support, of mentorship, where you're going to have to hold on to your fears and still take action through your fears because you fear less. You fear at a lesser amount. Fear is always going to be there. It's always going to be there. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you, oh yeah, we're going to take it away. The difference, the beautiful, beautiful difference is when you're in your zone, you will fear less because you're in your zone. You will question less. You will doubt less. And guess what that will do? Aligned clients more, joy more, create more, faster, easier, more money, right? Better in your relationships. Do you know how you show up? When I said earlier that you get paid from clients and your work in so many more ways than money, I meant that with every part of me. Not only is it fire that is lit up under your body, right? And you step into the space where you just want to create and you just want to feel. And like today, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go out to lunch. And I was like, oh, let me just get on a quick live and that's it. And then whatever came up has come up. Whatever has come from my heart into this camera, right? You get to be in a space where you can just be and you can just be in your magic and you can just own your shit and you could just show up in it and you could just shine in it and that's it. But it transformed how you show up in your life. Like, I know I don't need nobody to tell me the progress I have made within myself. Nobody could tell me that. Nobody, right? Y'all can tell me pieces of it, but nobody can tell me, because when I look at myself and I think about how I show up in certain relationships, how I show up in my home, that's worth everything. Having the sanity and the freedom to fully show up in my home and be present is worth it all. Not even in my home, let me say, for myself, and therefore in my home, and therefore in my relationship, and therefore with clients, and therefore here on this live. How do you continue with a business that you feel even just a little disconnected from? How do you go and create the impact you're meant to create? How do you go and make the difference you're meant to make? How do you go and work with the people that you need to? How do you go and show up and be the person you need to be? And not need to be because somebody told you need to be, but need to be because it's who is in you. And you've been denying it and you've been hiding it. You've been watering it down. You've been watering your message down. You've been putting out a mediocre version. You've been putting out what you think you should be selling versus what you really want to sell, right? I'm going to even tell you this. When we build out your brand monetization model, when we work together, it won't look like everybody's. I have some people on here who I've done intensives with, who have worked with me. Okay. All of their business models looks different. I'm not here to make you build my business model. I'm not here to make you build all my clients' business model. I'm not here to do that. I can take a client who, has done, 12K in a couple weeks. I can take a client who's done 12K in a day. I can take a client who's done 12K in a month. I can take a client who's done 12K in a quarter, like whatever, right? Same number, different time frames, because that's what they chose, whatever that is, right? I'm not here to dictate any of that for you. I'm not. But what I am going to do is support you and I co-creating a space where you get to allow yourself to create the offers in the way you want to show up with your clients, the way you want to serve them, what you want that to look like. And together we will build it out, right? And you probably already have some pieces of it. Most of the time, I would say like 90% of the time, my clients actually have offers, right? You already have them, they're selling, blah, blah, blah. But there's like a couple of things that we need to tweak within it, that when we make that tweak, the momentum that you step into, how you show up to sell it, how you show up to market it, how you show up and honor the value of it completely changes. Changes to the point where I can get messages within a couple of hours, the next day, within a couple of weeks with zeros. Kiera, I sold this thing within a couple hours, or I sold this thing, within the next couple of days, or I sold this thing within you know, a couple, like the last week, or, you know, then I'll get messages, and then it's like all these messages, and bam, like it'll be, you know, 20 days later, bam, I done did this, right? I've hit my first 5-figure month. I've had my first 5-figure launch. I've made $30,000. I've paid off $10,000 of debt. I've had clients who paid off $50 and $90,000 of debt, right? Paid off loans, paid off cars, bought their first investment property, all the things. But none of it is going to be in your space at the capacity it could be if you're not allowing yourself to truly be connected and show up in your business at the capacity you are meant to, right? And it's not just a one-time thing. Yeah, we can do a one-time intensive, and that's a part of it. But how do we actually bring this into every part of your business? How do we actually make sure that you stay in the room for that thing? Together, from alignment. I want you really, if you take nothing from this conversation, I want you to really sit and think about, how do I get to show up for myself? How do I get to show up for my business? How do I get to show up for my work? How do I get to show up for my money? How do I get to show up for my fulfillment and my sanity and my joy? Isn't that what you really want? Is all you want in your business is money? Great. Hop off this live stream. Yeah, I could help you. We could do an intensive. And, you know, we could map out your, whether it's 4 figures, 5 figures, whatever it is, your program. Yep, we could do that. That's great. I can do that in a couple hours with people. And I don't have a problem doing that. But what I know for sure is that you want something so much deeper. You're not looking for just the one time. You are ready to radically transform, which doesn't have to be hard. Some people are like, oh my God, we're going to have to change a million things. It actually gets to be really simple. It actually is really simple. I was on an intensive yesterday, and my client was like, wow, that's simple. And the only reason it's simple is because it's aligned for her. It may not be simple for somebody else. Somebody else would have a different plan. So I want to invite you, if this is resonating with you, first of all, tag a biz bestie, tag a mastermind sister, a woman who you know needs to hear this message, who you know creates impact, and who has, you know, a business where they're servicing clients with their programs or courses or whatever, you know, whatever they do as an influencer, as a leader, as a coach, as a consultant, as a speaker. They take what they know and they make money from it, but they're ready to do it from a space of massive alignment and connection on a deeper level with their business. And I want to invite you, you know, if you can't tell from me, I have a very mindset and strategy approach. There's going to be some deeper mindset stuff we go through, but there's going to be some strategy stuff, right? That's where we bring in my client intimacy process, which is like, it's a psychological driven psychology, driven psychographics, mindset, what your client is thinking, what your client is feeling. I bet with every bone in my body, I am going to help you connect with your client on a deeper level than you've ever done before. You know, they say don't make promises. I can promise you that. You can take me to the bank with that. I have no shadow of a doubt in my mind about it, because one thing I know very clearly is I have a magical way, and it is my gift of being able to sit down and work with my clients and be able to understand how do we help you step into deeper alignment, into your highest gift, your most authentic message, and pour that shit out so that you call in the people that you want. The people that you want, and the people that sell themselves into your fucking shit. Because I don't have time to be selling my shit. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy to sit there. I used to go live all the fucking time. Now I'll be like, dang, when is the last time I went live? And I know that I actually love going live, right? And I just do it when I feel like it. I don't use a content plan for my lives per se. I really don't. I really, really don't. I used to, and I don't. I literally allow myself to trust what I want to say. I don't need sticky notes. I don't need notes. I don't need that. I can show up and I can just share whatever the fuck is on my heart, and I can invite you into my program, and I don't have a shame in my body about it. And then I can go back and I can be with myself and fulfill myself and feed myself and do whatever I need to do. And then I can go and I can serve my clients, and then I can go and create, and then I can be done. Right? When you allow yourself to be into this space, and that's what I mean. That's going to have to be a decision you make. So one, if it's resonating with you, I want you to shoot me a private message, okay? I'm opening up a couple of my VIP mentorship and mastermind spots into my circle, and I want to invite you in, all right? We're going to kick off with, remember how I talked about the alignment, right? We want to assess and align. We're going to kick off with an intensive all on that. And that itself is worth this entire investment into the program. I have had women who literally have left that session within a matter of hours, who've like not even made their investment back, but 2 to 10x their investment, right? I've had women within 24 hours, generate anywhere from $6,000 to about $12,000 within 12 weeks or not 12 weeks, Lord Jesus, 12 days. Within about 2 to 4 weeks, do anything from 10, 12, 15, 18, 30K. Now that's not here. That's not like, don't come into the space only because the number is getting you like, ugh. Come into the space because you understand that, Kiara, I've been on my own journey wanting to connect deeper to my business. I know that something has felt off. I know that something has felt wrong with my message, with what I'm selling, maybe with what I'm saying, who I'm working with. I know something has felt off. Maybe not everything, or maybe everything, right? But I know something has felt off, and I'm ready to dig into it, pull it out, and let it, and allow it, burn it. Because what it's doing is it keeps making you hold back on doing your lives. It keeps making you hold back on your message. It keeps making you hold back, right? Your sales pages are so masculine focused, and they're just like, you just don't feel it. You just don't feel it. Your content, you don't feel it. Anything you talk about, you just don't feel it. And if you don't feel it, your clients sure don't feel it. If you understand how deeply connected you are with your soul level clients, how is it possible that if you put out things that just aren't fully aligned and disconnected, that you think that it would actually call in the aligned clients you want? How could that work? How does that even work? How is that even possible? I don't even get that. That doesn't even make sense. I'm putting out something that isn't 1,000% me, or it's missing something and feels a little off. Even just a little bit, and I think that it's going to go and call in like who I want. Now, it will call in people. It will call in some money, and that's what keeps getting you tripped up. It's like, well, I mean, it's calling in some people, but not at the level that you want. And it's time to stop watering it down. It's time to stop putting out mediocre. It's time to stop with the basic. It's time to step in full, blow the fuck up in your magic, own your shit mode. And you come into the space because you understand from that space, that is how you're going to step into breaking through your next level income goal, breaking through your next level impact goal, expanding your reach, expanding the connection with you and with your brand and with your work. And that is the most powerful space you could ever exist in, because from that space, it's what you can create is limitless. When you step into your full shine, what you can create is limitless. It's limitless. Right? And so people say like, oh, how do you always like know what to say, or know like when to show up, or know what to sell, or like how do you always have like clients just messaging you like how do you? And it's like, you just we just do because we step into full alignment. And so I want you to private message me if this is resonating and you want to apply to be a part of, like I said, I have a couple mastermind mentorship spots that are opening. We kick off with this alignment assessment like I talked about. We're going to go through not only the assessment, right, alignment assessment, but then we're going to go into amplifying what's worked, right? How do we easily take what has worked in your business, tweak a couple of things? That's like a business acceleration, cash injection, intensive, but then step into a space where we're amplifying that, and we're reworking, revamping, redefining your client intimacy, right? Your messaging and your niche. And not that you don't know your niche, not that you don't know your message, right? This ain't no basic ass shit. This is what's the next level of it? What's the highest level of it? What's the deeper part of it that needs to literally be positioned, be put out? This is what I need to be known for. Not all of it. Remember when I did earlier, like you putting out all this when it's really this, and your magic is right here, and you don't think it's enough, and you don't think that the client really wants it, and you talk yourself out of just focusing on it. So then you go back to focusing on all of this, and then you feel all over the place. You feel scattered. Your clients get on a sales call with you, and they're not really sure what to buy from you because you have like a million fucking things, and you're like rambling and like all the things. And instead, you literally just come back to this space. And in this space, everything flows. It's easy. It's from you. It's the truth. You have no room for feeling like an imposter because it's all your truth. And that's the thing that's been holding you back from that next level. is your thoughts about, oh my God, they're going to think this and they're going to think that, and how am I going to show up, and what if this, and is it worth this next price that I want to double it into, and all the things. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful space. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I want to invite you into this space, and I want to support you into this space, and I want to co-create that space with you, for your highest alignment. So this isn't a space of you making a decision of like, I'm coming into this and I'm investing in this. Oh, I'm speaking to you. Perfect. Awesome. I am super, super excited. Shayna just came in and invested in her intensive for today. She just came in this morning. Oh my God, I can't even talk. She just came in today. We haven't done her intensive yet, but she just signed on, and I am so excited that you're here and that you're watching this and it resonates with you. And you know, I'll even take Shayna as an example of, she saw a message from me and she reached out and made a decision, and I'm super, super proud of you, and I'm super honored for you. And I feel like there's a couple others, like names are popping in and out. Ayana, another one, super excited that you're here too. And Lisa, I know that you're here as well. Hey, Michelle. Michelle said focusing, hold on. What? Yes, focusing all you could do, and focus on delivering what lights you up and delivers them value. Yeah, focusing on what delivers them value, but understanding that when I'm honoring the highest level of my gift, it's going to be massively valuable. Like, people do it backwards. You're like, oh, no, like, let me get on to the value. Let me get on to the thing. And don't get me wrong. As a person who, you know, I've specialized in sales for years. I've helped women make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've managed $5 million. I've grown millions of dollars of business by double digits. Sales, my jam. Okay. For me, understanding the deeper part of it and coming from more of a sales mindset, messaging mindset, and strategy space, and being able to really combine, because I'm a practical person. I'm a practical woman. I'm a logical woman. I like some strategy, but I massively require balance, right? I can't be in this like all head space. I cannot exist in that space. I have to allow myself to have a deeper thinking. And that's where the client intimacy process comes up, because it's a deeper way of doing messaging. It's not any like mediocre basic way that you've ever done, you know, your message. And there's no one that I've ever worked with where we didn't take your message and we didn't amplify it in a way that felt so deeply connected to you and you showed up for on fire, more powerfully than you ever have. So let me go back, make sure I didn't miss anything. So, oh, good. Yes, I can't wait too. So, yeah, private message me. Okay. If you want to apply for my private mentorship and mastermind, a couple spots that I do have available. Okay. It's you and me being a partner in your business, and just co-creating a space where, like I said, you step into deeper alignment, right? And there's a mindset and strategy focused space, right? So we're going to be going through the tougher questions of, you know, what's really been holding you back from the next level that you want to be at, right? What really is there, right? But then also let's look at your business model. Right now, you kind of feel like you've been flying by the seat of your pants. What are your core offers based off of your true zone? Right? What are your core offers based off of your true zone? What's your core messaging, positioning message and sales message that you want to be putting out that aligns with you so deeply and so beautifully that you get to show up in so powerfully? What is that space? All right. And so reworking the parts of your business model and your messaging and your positioning from that, and allowing that to be the foundation of your visibility and your sales and your client attraction. And it gets to be beautiful. It gets to be beautiful, and guess what? It all gets to flow. Because right now you're like, oh yeah, I got this, I got this, I got that, I got that. Bam, got that, ooh, got that. And it's like, nope. It all gets to flow, right? It all gets to flow. It gets to be seamless. It gets to be simple. And then when people come to you of like, oh, I want to work with you. Okay, there's this and this. Or, you know what, based off what you're telling me, here's the best space, right? So again, if that resonates with you, I want you to private message me, and I want you to honor what you're feeling. I don't care if we met just 30 minutes ago because somebody tagged you in this, or, you know, this is your first time watching me live, or if we met a year ago. I don't give two craps. Don't let your ego take you into a space of trying to question what you're feeling. Trust what you're feeling. If you know that you're ready, then private message me and let's have a conversation. You know, let's chat. Let me ask you a couple questions, because I want to know more about your business, right? And that's another thing. Like, people like have asked me that, you know, like the questions that I ask, yeah, I want to deeply understand your business. I want to deeply understand where you're at. I want to deeply understand, hey, Simone, like what you're feeling, what you're thinking, like where you're at, all the things, right? So that we can get this process. Look, I burned my pen by mistake. So that I can, you know, we can support you, you know. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful space. I want to invite you in if you feel called. I'm going to go. I'm going to have some lunch. Simone, thanks so much for joining. We literally are about to end, but what you can do is give it like a couple seconds to refresh and come back and watch the replay, because this was a really, really beautiful, powerful conversation. And if you're watching this and you know a biz bestie or mastermind sister, or just, you know, another woman of impact that you feel like really needs to hear this, I would love if you would invite them into this space. We have so much going on, and I see so many women in this mindset and in this mental space of just feeling exhausted and overwhelmed and bored and tired and all the things. And you can't be in that space for you to step into the next level of who it is that you are always meant to be. You cannot. And you definitely cannot shine from that space either. So understand that coming into this space, us kicking off with a couple of the intensives that we're going to have, right, inside of your private mentorship and mastermind experience, it's a hybrid. It's private mentorship with me with some masterminding as well. And it is going to allow you to not only step into, you know, we've had women in there that are in a space of, you know, having their highest months, but feeling more connected in their business, right? Being able to call in soul aligned clients, feeling like their message has been just so easy for them to pour out and for them to call in who they want to, right? And also, most importantly, this personal development that goes on, right? Because it's not just business talk, right? We're going to talk about balance. We talk about relationships. We talk about, you know, how you're showing up in your business, how you're showing up in your life, right? Like, really, for me, it's so important to bring in this holistic space, right? Bring in this holistic view of business. And that's just, for me, my evolution of seeing like, okay, yep, it's the message and my offers and what I'm selling and how I'm selling and how I'm speaking and all that stuff, right? But then it's also like, how am I feeling in my business? How do I feel about my schedule? How do I feel about time? How do I feel about like my space, right? Like all the things, all of it is massively connected. Hey, Lisa. Oh, perfect. Yeah. I believe if it's who I'm thinking about, yep, we were actually messaging and setting up a call. So thank you so much. So grateful. That is like the highest compliment, right? When people want to not only work with you, but they want to refer other people to you. So thanks so much, Lisa. Appreciate your love. All right, so I'm going to run. Private message me if you're interested and want to apply for one of the mentor spots, mentorship mastermind spots that I have, or if you're interested in just having an intensive, whichever works for you, works for me, as long as we get to this space where we start pulling you into the next level of how you want to show up, of your alignment, okay? And I shouldn't say pulling, but inviting you into, right? Because none of it is forced. It's where you want to be. I'm not forcing you to be somewhere. Like for me, it's for you. And for me, that is the thing that I just want to make sure y'all understand is, because I've been in spaces where I will come into, and I come from a space of like validation. I'm like, oh, I need to be in this space. I need to be around this coach. I need to blah, blah, blah. And literally that's actually the opposite. It's, you know what? I know I'm good, but I want more. I want deeper. I want to experience something else. I want to be supported in a bigger space, right? So if you're in a space where you want to be supported on a higher level, if you're in a space where you want to dive deeper into your business, be massively connected with your work, allow your messaging and allow what you offer to flow out of you in a way that it hasn't in the past. If you felt bored, if you felt disconnected, if you have felt like something is off and just blah in your business, I'm telling you, this is a space I hold it so near and dear to my heart. So if it resonates with you, reach out to me so that we can see if you're a good fit, and we'll go from there. And until next time, love, shine, and success. Thanks everyone for staying with me live. We have so many amazing, amazing people. Lisa and Simone and Shayna and Michelle and Ellie and Ayana and Odell and Anna and Latasha. Another Michelle, Jasmine and Valen and Nicola and Alexandra and Portia and Faith and Christian and okay, another Nicole, a lot of Nicoles, Pamela and Virginia and Patrick and Angel and Tashawn and Jade and Angel and all the amazing, all of you. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Until next time, love, shine, and success. Bye.